4 reasons I switched from ChatGPT to Claude and when I still use ChatGPT. First, it actually remembers where you are in the process. I'm not a developer, but I'm building a platform, so I work through it step by step, and sometimes I realize a previous step has an error. With ChatGPT, the moment I went back to fix something, it kind of forgot we've already done steps 4, 5, and 6. I would have to re-explain everything. Claude holds the full picture. It knows where we are, what we've done, what comes next. That alone saves me so much time. Second, projects. Projects that actually know your contacts. In ChatGPT, you can create project, but it's basically just sorting. Claude projects are different. You upload your files, write your instructions once, and every new conversation inside the project already knows everything. I have 2 projects. One for my platform, every technical detail is in there. One for my content, my view, my values, what I'm about. I never explain myself from scratch anymore. ChatGPT has memory too, but it's more global. It remembers most important stuff without precise details, and I honestly don't want to store every conversation I have. That is why I don't use a global memory. Projects feel intentional, that's the difference. Third, it creates visuals I can actually use. Claude creates actual visual documents, charts, infographics, structured reports, ready to use. I take a bunch of research, drop it in, and ask for a structured document. Then I use that document as the base for a script, or I ask Claude to turn it into a visual I can drop straightly into my editing. Like those examples from my previous videos, all created by Claude. You can even specify colors and fonts, so if you're making something for work or university, it's incredibly useful, especially for videos or presentations. And fourth, it keeps the late. Whenever I ask ChatGPT to write a text with a specific word count or an example of a script for 1-minute video, it usually goes over and make it much longer. But Claude is very precise, and I really appreciate that. So you can create a report with specific number of words and it will be perfect or very close. But I still use ChatGPT every day, just for other purposes now. Adapting a recipe to whatever I have in the fridge, checking cosmetics ingredients, quick health question before I go to an actual doctor. So Claude for work, building things, and anything that needs real thinking. ChatGPT for daily life, quick answers. And I am also really curious about your examples, because that's how I found some really interesting AI use cases for daily life, like checking cosmetics ingredients. So let's share our examples in the comments and let's be friends if you're also curious about tech.